So why did you choose to live here?
I didn't choose to live here. It all started when I left my parents' house in the 80s and my girlfriend was pregnant, so we got a council place across here. Been away over the years, back and forth, and I'm still here.
I had a daughter, and then we got a flat in this estate, and that's where I've been ever since. My two sons grew up here. My granddaughter and my grandson's grown up here, and now I've got a little great-grandson that's growing up here.
I'm originally Ghanaian. The reason why I come here, as you asked, is to find a better life. And I met my husband, and life is going on with me, and I'm fine. Yeah, I still love back home. Home is sweet home. I love my home. That one, there's no doubt about that.
I'd never lived on a housing estate before, and we had two young children. I remember the first day I actually walked onto the estate with the keys to come and have a look at it. I just wondered what we'd let ourselves in for.
How would you describe living life here?
In the early years, we spent quite a bit of time being a bit more protective of the kids, until we realised actually that all we need to do is just integrate with the rest of the neighbours. We used to organise games, maybe 30 kids all together coming around, and we'd have races round the blocks and what have you, things that you couldn't do now. Massive great big sign saying up, no ball games here, and yet there's a football game every day of the week. You take your cup of tea outside and have a chat. The apprehensions that we'd had, I think, kind of got blown away because there were more people looking out for each other.
What's the biggest changes you've seen in this area?
There used to be blocks all the way through from A to W, and in between each block was a great big bit of grass where children played. They did a redevelopment and they took all our children's space away for playing. All the spirit what was there between all the blocks and the neighbours, that the kids have all grown up together, it's sort of tore it apart.
We lost some people, people moved away, new families moved in. The community engagement disappeared.
When I was moving to the estate, there was a couple of things that people said that was going on here. I was told that there's gang stuff. It was really, there was a pressure, like a pressure in the area.
There was a lot of violence. There was about 4 shootings. There was 2 shootings in one day, then there was another shooting, then there was a stabbing, and it sort of escalated.
A couple of months ago, someone in my academy was stabbed.
Those who live by the sword will die by the sword. So, yeah, knife's gonna get you nowhere, yeah? Most of it comes from people who have psychotic episodes and can't get a grip, yeah? And it turns them.
We're all used to doing things online in our generation, so any drama that happens on gets widely spread and it takes a bit of time for the argument to cool down.
Just creating more havoc. I've got my own dramas. I ain't got time to argue and fight with people. It's not me.
I feel like referencing it to young people can be a bit problematic. Everyone just assumes that they're connected to crime or they just have something bad going on with them.
We've got some good children here, but it's just people to come from outside in. When my children was young, there was police everywhere, and then all of a sudden there isn't any. That's just, there's not enough police out there.
How could you keep young people safe?
To keep your children safe, for my own experience, what I did when they were young, they used to hang around with other children in the estate. As soon as my children entered secondary school, I stopped. My children didn't go to school around this area. I can say about 3 or 4 neighbors know that I have children. Other people, they don't know. And they don't know my children because my kids don't come out. So I kind of not have any, friendship with anybody in the community. It's not that I'm not friendly. I'm very, very friendly.
It really isn't easy living there at all, yeah? Not easy. Not easy at all. It's friendlier now than when I got here. During that time, it was only a few black people, a few Asians, I saw the races here.
There is a segregation on the estate. It's more the language than anything that causes a barrier. And I think, it's a shame, really.
When my children was playing at my back garden, because I live on the ground floor, inside my one, somebody poured water on them. And there was another time that this lady, she's there. She was calling my children monkeys. Yeah.
What advice would you give a young black woman dealing with racism?
If someone is trying to intimidate you, what the advice I would give to you is to hold your head up high, because you might have something that that person doesn't have. I'm always telling my daughters, don't give up.
As I get older, things start to become more difficult. So how do you make stuff easier in life?
Talk to people, just be nice to each other.
So how would you encourage someone that's too shy or maybe not confident enough?
Just say good morning. I say you get your shyness out. Try talking to people. Try talking to children your age that you don't know. I lost my husband after 52 years. My neighbours, they was very good. And so was some of the young children on the estate. They used to come and just say hello to me. And just people talking to me helped me through.
COVID's been like a really big deal for everybody. And I feel like it says a lot about your personality, how COVID's like kind of just impacted you.
I've lost quite a few people. I lost my mum, I've lost this one, that one, and it's still ongoing. It's still ongoing. And I'm still grieving for my mother like a year and a half later.
Over the last year and a half, 2 years really, with the sort of lockdown and with COVID sort of dominating our lives, we're trying to encourage our neighbours to get involved in gardening projects. I've been doing a fair bit of work outside the flats, and I think I've got to know more people in the last year than have done in the last 30 years.
I've been living here since 11 years now, and everything is fine. So I like it.
Over here is peaceful. Over here is all right. And if you get a move over here, you're laughing. Because this estate, it's all right. It is all right. Yeah? All the neighbours are all right as well.
My youngest boy keeps asking me, Mum, move away, move away. My answer, this is my home. This will be my home, always.
you.